Yo, Q, what up? Yo, Q,
Man, I'm keeping it real. What up, Duan?
Welcome
Let's get it.
to Not Just Music, where we keep it real and honest.
Always.
My mama praying, telling me, Q, you need to chill. They can't respect the truth from just honest.
All right, what's going on, people? Another Thursday, 8 p.m. Not Just Music Podcast. Duan Barrino in the building. Quincy Murdoch in the building as always.
As always.
What's happening? How you doing?
I'm ready to talk.
Hopefully everybody is ready to listen, because we definitely came to talk. That's the business. That's the content creation. Let's talk. Again, picking up from last week's conversation, it was basically a situation of just basically speaking on different ways, especially for black people to be heard, there's a lot of lanes for us to get into. But one of those lanes, a lot of us do not choose to get into. One is due to, as I say, government roles, especially seats in the council and all that stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of things that we could do to help, because a lot of us have the knowledge, especially, as I call it, the hood mentality. I hate to say it that way, but the hood mentality, and especially those that are coming out of the hood, can help
a lot,
a whole lot, fix a lot of the problems that we miss out on. Some miss out on that they don't know about it because they didn't live through it. They didn't go through that.
They don't understand.
They didn't understand that struggle. So that struggle has to be, can be spoken up on, and at least something, give some advice to help it, fix it. As I always say, what's the use of talking about something if you can't come up with a solution? Right. You don't need to, if you ain't gonna speak on it and speak on it with knowledge and power, how can we fix it? Right. So, one of the people I was speaking on last week was Harvey B. Gantt, him being the first black mayor in Charlotte. Now I'm gonna move on and keep moving with the whole situation of a mayor again. So I gave you the first black male. Now let me give you the first black female mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina. Her name is Vi Lyles. A lot of us have heard her name many times on Power 98. You just Mayor Vi Lyles. She put herself on. She's a former employee for the city of Charlotte. Vi Lyles was elected as Charlotte's first black female mayor in 2017 after having served as a city councilwoman for 4 years. Now here's that situation of being on the council again. You get what I'm saying? Right. You get on the council.
Right.
She's working in the city of Charlotte already. She already understands what's going on.
Right.
And here's this regular person comes in and does what she's supposed to do, does it right, understands, learns.
Yeah.
What can hurt?
So I can use that same mentality for Statesville City Council.
Ooh, that's how I hope you said it. Thank you.
You said it. Yeah.
You said it. I was waiting to get to
Statesville City Council. Yeah. I'm gonna be talking to some people.
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah, bro. Look it up.
Because I know the one of the city council right now, Miss Watson. Mm-hmm. Very interested, Miss Watson. I really want to talk to you. Mm-hmm. Talk about some issues, yeah.
Like your boy, that we met through your cousin. I can't remember his name.
I know you talking. Yeah, I know you talking about.
But how he said he used to go down and talk and get in front of the council boards and speak his. You'll be one of those people sitting up there in one of them seats.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying? That'd be dope, bro. Because the case of you, the way you feel. Yeah, you can, and those people that come in like you can hear them and you can really push it.
Yeah,
and have.
That's what I need too, cause I think I got that mentality. I got that voice, like you say.
You talk. You speak up. You don't. You're not like a. You're not putting yourself in. You're not doing this for no reason. It gives.
Yeah, it really affects me.
It helps you. It helps you learn. Yeah. It's helping you be in front of cameras. It's helping you be in the spotlight. It's helping you do all of that stuff. So it's not like. It's not, that wouldn't be the strain. The strain would be pushing the agendas that need to be pushed.
Right.
Let me keep reading though.
Yeah.
For councilwoman for 4 years. Since then, she's led the city through times both trying and triumphant. That includes strengthening the city's connection with the corporate community to create more jobs, helping coordinate citywide response to the coronavirus, and most recently, signing a proclamation declaring racism a public health crisis. Look at that.
Wow.
See what I'm saying?
All that's been major.
The city of Charlotte needs it. The city of Statesville needs it. Concord needs it.
Right.
Lake Norman needs it.
Right. So when does all this go into effect?
Huh?
All the what she's done. Is it in effect now?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of this stuff is solid because she dealt with a lot. The situation, the coronavirus came, and the city.
So it's actually. So how does her law affect that?
What you mean, the public health crisis?
Yeah.
Racism, a public health crisis because. Yeah. Well,
I'm saying, what does it help? Like, what does it do actually?
But what I feel, especially with the case of how black people can't get certain health coverages, things. You remember Trump took away the Obamacare, all that stuff went out the window and stuff like that. Mm. That's what that part right there, where a lot of you got a lot of black folk who don't have insurance.
But see, look, this is the thing. I know you reading though, but I never had an issue with black people getting help. My issue was certain blacks got left out. Middle class, I say. Oh, you're making too much, or you don't have kids. The kids don't live with you, or you know what I'm saying? You work. So it's like we don't deserve help either, even though we're barely making it and we're working. You get what I'm saying? So I wanted some laws that would help those like me. And that I'm in that category. Like, people that need help too, but work also. Get up and make a living and go out and get it.
Let me tell you what I think the problem is. The biggest problem. This is the biggest thing. This is the hardest thing.
We get left out, man.
I'm gonna say you feel that there's this thing of like they're left out, but I don't think it is the case. I'm gonna tell you why. If they feel that they go off of the case of the average living situation, right?
Yeah.
So the average individual is only going to make somewhere along the lines of about $30,000 to about $50,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
So,
okay,
depends on where you at, right?
Yeah.
The average person really can live off of $35,000 a year.
Okay. So can I cut in?
Yeah.
So if you just said a person can do that, mm-hmm. So they will make laws, for example, for people that don't make that or qualify for these assistance. Might handicap people that can do it not to go out there and actually do it. You know what I'm saying? So they like, I'm not gonna get a job so I can get this assistance. I'm gonna have all these kids and not work so I can get this assistance, so I qualify. Whatever you just below the guidelines so you can qualify. Mm-hmm. So that's where it's hurting. You get what I'm saying? It's hurting. You kind of like the system is kind of like being used in because I don't think they look at it like that. The city councils, they just look at it like helping people. But in the same breath, you could be hurting people, hurting them with their work ethic, hurting them with their integrity, hurting them with, oh, I can actually go up and get a job, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to rely on handouts. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like, what about the people that's actually out here trying? Maybe they need to focus more on them people that's has integrity, that gets up and go to work and trying to be something in life, trying to become something, trying to be better. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying.
And that's again, that's the opinion that you feel on that.
Yeah.
That's totally fine.
And I could argue that. See,
that's totally fine. Like I don't. So for me, I feel that
But I get what you're saying.
I feel that those who need help genuinely go out to help. There are some who really genuinely need it, but then there are some who ride the system. And I'm gonna get to this. Is this right? It's okay because I've seen you speak on this a lot.
Yeah,
it's okay for somebody to ride the system. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Because they won't go nowhere.
Say it again.
They won't go anywhere. You won't go. You won't do any. If you want to do better, you can do better.
Right.
It's up to the individual.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if a person chooses to go have 8 kids,
but think about the people they're hurting though by doing this. Like the households, the families they are affecting. See, that's we don't look at it like that. When one person does something that can affect a lot of people, we don't think about how it affects the child's father or the mother or the kids or the first thing, the kids. You know what I'm saying? We don't think about that. We think about this individual that irresponsibly went out and had these kids and can't take care of them, and we want to get them help. We're thinking about them, but what about the other people that's affected by their decision making? You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I'm gonna say it one more time.
Go ahead.
It's totally fine for people to live that way. If the government sees that it's okay for them to live that way, guess what? Guess what we gonna have to deal with?
Yeah, I mean, I got you.
I get you.
I get what you're saying though.
You're speaking your point.
Yeah,
I hear your point.
Yes, sir.
That people of the middle class need help too. People that
I'm including you too.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. So in the case of the reason why I say that, one is due to the way that they created the laws. The reason why I say they created certain laws, her law is totally different, meaning she's showing compassion for the whole situation of black people and the black housing. Everybody
affected by
from
this,
highest to the lowest.
And I loved it.
That we're looked at a certain way because we don't get certain health insurances due to, or we're not getting the certain helps that we need due to us being.
That's what I like. See, I'm glad you put that in there. That's what I like.
Due to the coronavirus, a lot of black people died just because they couldn't afford it.
What about I know I had corona relief. Like you could be out of work. I caught COVID, was out 2 weeks. I got paid. Yeah. It was a thing under corona specifically.
Yeah, because it was a situation that was needed. It was a thing that it was actually needed.
Yeah.
It was a nationwide, worldwide,
and that was huge
situation. So they had to pay it attention. They had to give it a certain.
Because I could have lost a lot of money around that time.
Everybody was bad off.
I got paid. God, thank God.
Everybody was in a bad situation because you think about it. If you couldn't work, your job got shut down. There was a lot of that happening in.
Yeah.
A lot of jobs closed out. And they couldn't do no work at all. But then, like I said, those situations where we can change those things, though, we have those seats. Yeah. We can go sit in these seats. We can speak our piece. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But at the end of the day, you got in there, you got a chance to say it and speak it.
And Corona made the people lazy. After the Corona, it made them lazy. It made people rely more on help. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I know I got a little lazy, but I still got my behind up and went to work. You know what I'm saying? But it took me a while to get back into the groove because I was so used to, you know what I'm saying? We had time to think. We had time to actually, collect our thoughts and really face our issues around that time too, man. Because when you're moving, you kind of forget, life and what you're dealing with. Yeah, I know that's off topic, but
it's not off topic. You're speaking good. The good thing about all of this, man, is that the cities and surrounding cities of Charlotte have suffered a great deal and a great huge in many ways just due to a lot of the people that are considerably at the bottom not speaking up and doing things to make a better situation. Yes, a lot of the problems are in the lower class, due to the case of money is a problem.
Right.
To me, that's a crisis that a lot of people go through from middle class down.
Right.
Money.
Right.
In one situation, I've heard people be like, "Well, you know, man, you know, I'm as a black man or as a black woman, we struggle for this and we struggle for that." Think about it like this: if you have that struggle, take that struggle. Make sure it's unique though. Make sure it's a struggle that make sure it's something that somebody is dealing with, but at the same time, a whole lot of people aren't dealing with it, and take it to the city and give it to them.
So let me ask you this: so you don't think Trump was trying to help the black race?
I don't know.
Financially,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Financially, I'm not talking about no other thing but money. I'm talking money.
He was trying to help everybody. To me, it wasn't like he was just looking out for just his race. To me. Yeah, Some may feel like
But listen, can I say this?
Yeah.
Trump was hanging around Bobby Brown's, Mike Tyson's. Mike Tyson is even on public record saying Donald was a real one.
Yeah.
Why is it we never heard he was racist until he got in the office?
Because
we never heard he was a racist until he got in the office.
To me, I don't think it's really a thing of.
You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what I think. Trump recognizes to people who are on his level and who make him look good. You got to think about Trump Towers and Mike fighting was hand in hand, went hand in hand. Both of them making money out of this.
Diddy was hanging with him. All kind of people.
If you got the money, to me, it's a thing of status. If you have money,
but look though, but he what's that? Like he put all half these out of jail. Like half the black people out of jail. You know what I'm saying? And probably majority of them he knew, ran on the streets with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen no I ain't see Obama doing none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just being real. I'm saying. So you got you so. We can't sit here and say he hasn't done some things to help, like you say, everybody, not just the white community, but black community.
He does what he can for a certain amount of people.
Right.
Again, I still see he if it's a thing of he wants to help everybody, even the lower class. There are certain parts of the lower class that he did overlook.
He did, but see, look. Go back to what we were talking about. Like maybe he's seen. Cause you see like how your mindset can be like, you know, with a mindset like mine. But I would never go into it like that. But like being like speaking from existence, me being middle class, and like I say, me getting up, blue collar, working every day, blah 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 blah, and seeing somebody that's not working or trying, personally knowing somebody that just don't want to work, and seeing them get all this assistance and help, and when I get in a position. You know what I'm saying? I might take some of that anger that I had towards that person, and some of that might be used on some of my decision making. Like, you know, I seen people cheat the system. I seen people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like he did about the border thing. Like a lot of people that was coming from over the border. You know what I'm saying? A lot of crimes was happening. You know, when they start allowing that, which came out to be true. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's a lot of things that he was doing that made sense. And I think a lot of that happens when you experienced it. And he was a president. Before a president, he was a person. He was out there with these people, the criminals, the thugs, the good people. So he was in. You can't say he wasn't in that. He's around that. He was around it.
He's around
Obama wasn't. I can't say he was around this or that. Like,
but can I be honest with you though? I'm gonna tell you what the biggest problem is with what you just said.
What?
Look at the color of skins here.
Right.
A lot of people didn't want a black man in that seat. Let's start off with that. It's a different story. A lot of people wanted Trump in the seat, but they didn't want Obama in that seat. Obama had to go a different angle than Trump. Trump has a total different acceptance people of acceptance than Obama's people of acceptance. He got a wider people to pick from that's gonna help him. Trump got, I can go get anybody out. I can go get anybody out of jail. That's prison. Oh, that's easy.
So you think Obama? Okay, what if it was Obama versus Hillary? Let's switch the role.
Okay.
You think Obama would have won?
Obama versus Hillary?
Yeah. That make you think.
Obama,
because okay,
I'm gonna tell
people because people didn't want a woman in the seat.
Because
people don't want a woman in the seat. You get what I'm saying?
So
I can take it so many ways.
But that's the situation what you're giving. Like you just spoke on it. That's what I'm basically saying. Trump is going to be given a lot more leeway because of who he is.
I think he ran at the right time.
But that's
where they didn't want a woman. It ain't a race involved. It ain't race involved. It was woman versus man. Who do we prefer more in a seat? You know what I'm saying?
To me, I'm gonna be honest with you. From what I see, this is the part I don't like about Trump. Trump is not honest.
He's not honest?
No. That's the only thing that hurts him.
What president that's completely honest?
It's not a thing of saying.
No, I'm being real. I know.
I'm speaking.
I'm
Trump.
not. Look, I lie sometimes.
Let's speak on Trump.
Yeah.
Let's speak on Trump before we speak on any other situation.
Yeah.
Anything within politics is always going to be questionable.
Yeah, exactly.
It don't matter who you speak. We ain't even just talking about presidents. We talking about the people above presidency and below presidency.
It's their job to sell.
It's a political thing. You're going to have to deal with people. It's going to be an untrustworthy situation. But I'm just giving you in the case of saying, if you gonna speak on something, especially being in that presidency, so like how people felt like, Biden was forgiving loans, student loans, and all of this stuff, and a lot of people still out here dealing and struggling with student loans. So so I could call him out in the situation too. But to me, I'm gonna say it like this. You have to help everybody, no matter what. To me, I feel like Trump has a lane to people who money. If you got money, you on Trump's page. Trump don't like somebody that.
Or if you're trying to make some money,
he don't like.
If you're trying to make if you trying to make some money, if you want to learn something, if you want opportunity. That's what he gonna give you this opportunity. I feel what you do with it is up to you. I think that's what kind of president he is, and it depends on the character of the person. That's why I think a lot of people don't like that kind of government. They don't want somebody to just be like, "I'm not gonna give you free food. I'm not gonna give you this, but I am gonna give you this. Here's an opportunity. You sign up for this and you do this, and you will get that." People don't want to work for it. That's the thing. The Democrats will just hand it to you. They will just give it to you. Like, here you go. Here you go. Republicans might be like, okay, I'm gonna give you this, but you have to do this or this step right here. Just do this for me. You have to show you want it a little bit, and then I'll give it to you.
I'm gonna have to
and that's why
I'm gonna have to defer on it.
You think so?
Republicans have given more money to Americans than the Democrats.
I'm talking, but you say, but the lower class or the middle class.
Look how much Trump gave it to it. If you had
that's what you want though, right? Somebody to look out for everybody. Okay,
right? Hear what I just said. You just said that Democrats just give away
to the lower class.
No, they don't.
To the lower class, they look out for the lower class. They look out, but hear what I'm saying. They look more out for the lower class. And like you say, you supposed to look out for everybody.
Hear what I'm saying.
But people are left out.
So in the case of that, right?
Yeah,
like you just said, we're gonna roll that because that's the point of what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So if you got somebody like Trump in office, right? You cannot take away things that people need. People needed health insurance.
Right.
He screwed a lot of people with the way he switched up the whole situation of how healthcare went, which is why people like, I was speaking on, Vi Lyles takes this situation, and there's a situation where there is this, it's like a racial turn on certain situations when it came to the situation of COVID, right? I'm a reason why. It's like,
I get where
it's like Trump knew that people were gonna need this vaccine shot. He started taking away all these health situations where people could get health care and simple health care and put this roadblock up, and then all of a sudden coronavirus shows up then all these people die. Look how many people died due to coronavirus. Because some of
listen, oh man, look, I ain't signed with nobody, man. But look, listen though, man. I see what he's trying to do. I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get people to not be so reluctant on the system, people to be so dependent on the system and the government. I get that. That's what we need. Somebody, I'm speaking from a man that goes out and have to get it. The government ain't gave me ish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stimulus check, I will give him that. He gave me the stimulus check, and that was the biggest blessing. A lot of people will sleep on that, but that helped me a lot because, bruh, that stimulus money started me out in my savings account, to be honest. Like, before that, I wasn't even saving like that. For real. That 300 something, whatever, motivated me to stack up. And ever since that's my turning point, bro. When my account really hit, started being effective, is when I got that stimulus check. And after that, my mindset changed, because when you see that in your account, it motivates you even more. Like, now I'm gonna stack this up, I'm gonna save this, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm putting like 200 out my check, every check, into my savings. So a lot of people will sleep on that. That helped a lot. That stimulus helped a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's done some good things. Now, I ain't sitting here promoting nobody, but I'm just saying, we talking about government, and that kind of was a touchy subject, because a lot of people would just say he's racist. Like, come on, man. He was around black folks all the time. Like, I mean, how do we know he's racist or not?
But it's a lot.
We don't really care.
That's always gonna be the case, though. We don't.
Black folk could be racist against his own kind, or white could be racist. Like
again, if you're gonna be all out about it, be all out about it. Don't give traits and then not go all the way with it. You know, that's the only thing. Of course, being in that seat, there's a certain line of respect that he has to show. So again, we won't ever know. I'm not gonna sit here and point it out to say that he's racist or not.
Yeah,
but there are a lot of people who are like him and that show tendencies, and you know, it's a lot to take in the U.S. now, and especially, like I said, the reason why I talk about these people of Charlotte, you know, Vi Lyles is the one we basically went into today. You know, like with her, you get in these seats.
Yeah.
Get a seat. Go in with a mentality to go help us out.
Help everybody. Like you said, I like that. What you said, help everybody.
Help us out.
I never said it was a problem helping everybody, bro. I was saying how, like, people like me and you will feel like, you see how we feel left out when Democrats look out for lower class people or people that don't work or try to work, right? You see how that feel. They're not looking out for everybody, and they said what she did. Look, she looked out for everybody. That's why I'm arguing and saying I have an issue. I will bring this up and like, look out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have a problem. You wouldn't hear me complaining if everything applied to everybody. Don't just make it applicable for one person. Like, why we all can't have government? Why it got to be all these qualifications for government housing? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, everybody can't need help getting a place or starting somewhere. Like, why it got to be all these stipulations? And you know what I'm saying? Like, make it for the people. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
It's
bro.
a wide range of things to do that we have to need to take action to fix. It's ugly now. That's the only thing that concerns me. That's why I want to talk about people of the past and people who do things and sit in seats. That especially in our city,
trying to help everybody.
That I would love to talk to Vi Lyles if that was the case. I would love to talk to Harvey Gantt.
You see what she brought up.
All of these people, you know, to rub shoulders and mindsets and hear what people think about, what people they've heard, you know, what they came up, you know, how did they grow up? You know, what did you have when you grew up? What things did you see that were wrong then?
Is your mindset like my mindset? How you feel about this situation?
Yeah, what do you see? What do you see? How do you see it now? Like, what is it? Does it make sense to you now differently? How much have things changed since you were young? Are things? What do you think is gonna be in the next 10 years?
And those are only kind of people I think, honestly, bro, that we need to bring on this show. Like it got to be people like that's done some things, like it can't just be no, what I'm saying, no disrespect, but it got to be somebody like that's attainable and reachable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It can work, man. Hey, if a workable budget, whatever if we come up that together, I'm willing to do that because we need those kind of people on here. You know what I'm saying, to speak and educate it, because they lived it and they can actually tell us. So,
which is why I talk very openly to this trying to get into these topics like this, because like if we need to know where we're going.
Right.
Oh, know where we're going is that we had to know where we came from, what the situation was, and I think that plays a lot on our history. Finding it, we got to dig it up. Right. So that's why I stopped being lazy and just trying to go out the lane of just giving the same old boring topics that everybody always talk about. I mean, what's the use of talking to all these rappers? What's the use of talking to all of these high dollar celebs? I mean, what are we gonna gain from it? They're not giving us gain.
They just got out this episode, my concerns of the world, and you know what I'm saying, like how I think it's effective and not effective.
Yeah,
you got to see Q, the business, the what you call it, political Q. You know what I'm saying, political Q. Yeah. So.
It's a lot to learn. It's still so much to learn. I mean, there's so many changes that can be done and made. The city is getting bigger and bigger. Cities around us are getting bigger and bigger. A lot of these cities are gonna touch in a minute.
That's a good thing, though.
Due to how big they're getting, especially North Carolina. I mean, especially once you hit the location.
South Carolina is a nice spot though.
Charlotte,
that's the middle of it.
And anything within an hour of Charlotte, you're doing pretty good. Either way you go. If you're going 85 south, 85 north, 77 south, 75 north, anything within an hour of that right there, I think all of this stuff is eventually going to sink in, and we're all gonna get it.
And when I was talking about location, I know this is off topic, but you have people coming from all over to those spots. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people might be business savvy, business minded, you know what I'm saying? Like money. They might have money that they can invest into these places and buildings and stuff like that. When you think about little old Statesville, where I'm from, like you say, that's on the outer. So nobody is really moving to Statesville or thinking, let me move to Statesville, to somebody that could impactfully influence the city in a positive way. Mm-hmm. So that's what I feel is wrong with my city. Like it's too far out, and nobody is thinking about let me make Statesville home. I don't think I haven't heard nobody say that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like no disrespect, but and then you have the same people with the same mentality. Where is the growth gonna come? Like, it's a city that's dying. People are dying. People are hungry, starving, you know what I'm saying? Hopeless mentally, feel like it's no hope, giving up because they don't have no hope from a person or a job or, buildings or just things to do. All this affects it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
that's another opportunity of things to think about too in the future, and this is me. There's a fit for everybody. You can't say
right
nobody would move to this area because there are people living there. So even like I said, when I moved to Rock Hill, nobody was moving to Rock Hill. That wasn't a cool thing to do. They're like, man, why you moving out of Charlotte? Because I want to. To me, I mean, you can live in Statesville, but you can still drive to Charlotte to come to work. That ain't far.
Right.
I know people driving from Columbia, South Carolina to Charlotte every single day, back and forth. Every day.
So I can get a house in Charlotte or South Carolina and
then drive to Charlotte. It's not a problem to get a job in Charlotte. I did it. I lived in Rock Hill and drove to Charlotte every evening to go to work. Yeah. Every evening.
Yeah.
From 2011 all the way up to 2021. Yeah, 2021. So,
and you know what? My mom always say, like, what the job is close. Get you a job that's close to. That's why my mindset was always like that. Get a job that's in your city, and you know what my mom used to say, cause that's a lot of miles on your car. Q. That's a lot of miles, quote unquote. That's a lot of miles on your car. But now I think about it, the best jobs are probably like a couple miles away from you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? 30 minutes, 20. Like, some of the best jobs I've had have been me hitting that I-10, by 10. You know what I'm saying? And
that's, again,
those were some of the best jobs.
Come on down.
I need, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, different strokes with different folks.
It's plenty jobs to put in the faces of people. You just got to go to them sometimes. There's nothing wrong with going to the money. You got to drive to the money. You got to drive to the money. You got to put miles on your car. You got to put miles on your car.
Facts.
A car can go down on you in 100 miles. A car can go down on you in 500,000 miles. It doesn't switch the situation.
Breakdown going down the street.
A car is going to be a car. It's man-made. You don't know when it's going to hit the
it's
the
material.
Dust on you.
It's material.
It's man-made.
Like
so
anything else.
You gotta. That's. But that's.
Its objection is to what? Get you where you need to go. Right?
Yeah. That's another.
That's why
topic.
you got
That's a whole nother topic right there. So, but again, Charlotte. Let's shout out Vi Lyles.
Vi Lyles is the truth.
She's our first black female.
I'm glad you read that.
And like from, if you didn't get last week, I did pick to choose to talk about Harvey B. Gantt.
The first black man.
That's the first black mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina. So again, we are definitely here. We've been here. We've been working within the city for years. And we're finally getting those chances to get those seats. So shout out to them, and shout out to them for giving us an opportunity to do this type of stuff. Like I said, giving opportunities for other people to say, hey, I want to do that. I want to try that. I want to get into the city and try to make a difference. That's, again, I need to get my boy Gary in here, though. Yeah. For real. Gary, I need to get you in here.
Yeah.
Brother. If nothing else, I can come to you or whatever it is, bro. Sit down and have a conversation about, things that can help improve the city that a lot of people don't know. And again, I'm seeing you being the mayor one of these days too, bro. So stay strong.
I'm hitting up my mayor right now. So I did. Stay tuned. Continue.
All right, people. Not Just Music Podcast. Another Thursday. Hopefully y'all enjoyed yourself. Enjoy y'all weekend. Again, follow everything. Subscribe to the website if you haven't subscribed to the website. And we will be in here again next Thursday. 8 o'clock p.m. We'll see you then. Duan Barrino, Quincy Murdoch, and we out.